Hello and welcome to Bourbon Forage Fishing. Tonight we're drinking a store pick single barrel proof from Nog Creek. It's about 10 years and I'm digging it. I like it. It's good. Not too much of that mildewy, funky mold thing that you sometimes get with bean products, so I'm digging it. It's nutty, it's desserty, it's delicious. But as good as this Nog Creek is, we're not talking about that. We're going to be talking about Old Stubborn. And I think this is going to be an unpopular opinion because I've seen a lot of reviews on YouTube and online praising Old Stubborn as it's really great stuff. It's amazing juice. Now, keep in mind, Old Stubborn comes with a $250 price tag, folks. A $250 price tag. So that's MSRP. That's not secondary, folks. So if I am looking at a bourbon and it's $250 MSRP, I'm expecting something very special. So I tried the Old Stubborn 1. I had, I think, 1 or 2 sips of it. I didn't get to really sit down and super appreciate it. And then I did get to try also at a friend's house Old Stubborn 2, which I did actually get to sit down and pick out the notes and da-da-da-da-da. I don't remember the exact details of the notes. There's just a few things that pop out and stick out in my brain. But in both situations, I was simply just not impressed. I thought it was fine. It's a good $100, $120 bourbon. You know, solid. You know, it might be, I don't know if it's as good as an ECBP, something like that, something in that category. I think probably a lot of good ECBPs probably beat Old Stubborn in a blind. But the one thing I did remember about it and what kind of turned me off was it was very tannic and drying on the finish. It was like just sucking the moisture out of your mouth as it, I don't know if there was too much barrel spice or it was double oaked or something, but it just it just sucked the moisture out, and there's all kinds of barrel tannins. And there wasn't a lot of flavor. It was just like empty tannins with no flavor associated with it, just sucking the moisture out of your mouth. And I really didn't like it. I didn't care for it much. Honestly, I don't know if even if it was a $120 bottle, if sitting on the shelf, if I would really reach for it. Now, in all fairness, I would like to sit down and try it again because a lot of the folks who were talking about the tasting notes on their Old Stubborn bottles they got, I didn't see any resemblance to what I had experienced at all. A lot of people were saying like peanut butter and fudge and candy, and I didn't get anything nutty or peanut buttery. It was more just like, if I remember correctly, now maybe misremembering, but more just like bubblegummy, like grape bubblegummy. That part of it was pleasant, but that part, if I remember correctly, sort of dissipated too quickly, and I was left with just this dry, tanniny, flavorless thing. I do remember it being complex, but yeah, it just wasn't that great. I don't know why people are freaking out about it online. You know, my opinion, if you have the opportunity to buy it, I think you're going to be disappointed at a $250 bottle. Depending on what your income level is. If you're a high roller, you're making 6 figures, then, you know, who cares if you get a $250 bottle that's maybe a bit overpriced. If you're a bit of a budget bourbon shopper, I would say pass on this all day. I would never in a million years suggest anyone pay any kind of markup on secondary for Old Stubborn. Again, it's fine. It's like it's a C plus or something. There's nothing wrong with it. C plus, B minus. But I think there's regular release barrel proofs that are better. I think most of the stuff on my shelf is better than that. So I don't know. Like I'm confused actually. I'm actually confused by this Old Stubborn craze. It perplexes me, these sorts of things. The bourbon world can be a very strange and perplexing place, but you know, everybody's taste buds are different. And I also sometimes honestly wonder if sometimes big reviewers, big YouTube reviewers and big online reviewers are sort of encouraged, let's say, to give better ratings for bourbons that maybe don't deserve it. I always wonder that, because if that did happen, and I'm not saying it does, but if it did, you think it would be could be very lucrative for said reviewer. You know, it could be a very lucrative thing to do that. That's something I would never personally do. I think it's immoral and unethical, but I don't know. Maybe there's some people that, you know, they get something, they say, oh yeah, I think it's pretty good. Maybe I'll say it's really good, you know? But I don't know. That's completely speculative. I just know that Old Stubborn, I think, is just very overrated and kind of a hype bottle. And at $250, absolutely never would buy it. $250 after having tried both of them. No way. Not even close. I think of things that are close to like retail. I think the Russell's Rick House is like $250. I mean, that's not even comparable. A Blanton straight from the barrel better. Like all the BTEC stuff's better. Any Parker's was better. I mean, even a good ECBP is better. You know, Stag Junior's better. Elijah E.H. Taylor barrel proofs are better. Shit, I think probably honestly a Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye is better. Maybe even just the barrel proof. Yeah, it's probably not in my top 30 of bourbons I've ever tried. So $250, you know, wow, kind of comes across as a gimmick in my mind, in my experience. So maybe I got it wrong. Maybe I just got some bad batches. Are there different batches within? I know there's A1 and A2. Are there different batches in there? Maybe I got the bad one. I don't know. Let me know. And tell me what do you think? Everybody on YouTube, everybody online are just saying, oh my God, it's incredible. Have you had that experience with it? I'm curious if anybody else had drank it and been like, oh yeah, this is pretty good. Not a $250 bottle. I'm really curious. So, Bourbon Forward Fishing. I hope you like this video. Take care.